I'm Nicola Todd and I'm a startup manager for the capital investment project here at Nestlé Buxton.
So I'm Jeremy Charlton. I'm one of the line performance managers here on site in charge of line 11, producing 1.5 litre stills.
Yes, my name's Neil Tallett. I work at Nestlé in Tutbury and I am a roasting and green bean specialist.
My name is Rita and I just joined as part of the Nestlé's graduate programme as a manufacturing graduate in Buxton.
My day-to-day role varies differently every single day, and I think that's part of the reason why the IOSH course was really important to me, because there's no standard routine you get comfortable with. You have to flex yourself every day.
It could be anything from developing process improvements on the line to managing people and even reacting to the certain downtimes we have. And obviously that all encompasses everything from performance to the quality and even just the safety around site as well.
Day to day, so I'm now mainly office based, but I still am responsible for plant and equipment safety and training of the operators. So day to day really now is making sure everybody's up to date with their SOPs and making sure that plant safety tests are done and operators are doing what they should be, really, I guess.
So I heard about IOSH through Debbie Ware, who's our safety manager on site. It was something that I've been engaged with, whether it been here or in a previous workplace, and it's something that I wanted to use as a qualification, not only to bolster my knowledge within the workspace, but also something to be able to apply to the workplace as well. I hope to gain more of an insight into the safety culture that we apply on site. Obviously, being a manager, it's key that my employees, as well as anyone else on site, leaves to go home the same way that they came in, if not even better. So I wanted to gain some key insights into that, as well as learning some of the tools around risk assessment and managing safely, all in all. So the course itself was a very balanced course between the theory and the practical elements that we wanted to do in there, from everything from identifying what a hazard might be, where we even went out onto the shop floor around site, having a look at what potential hazards would be and what classification we'd have, whether it was slip, trip, fall, chemical, for example, and then how do we apply a risk assessment that we can either nullify that or we can put a control measure in place. And those learnings that we got throughout the course have been really useful for my day-to-day job now, because we've recently gone through updating and having a look at our risk assessments on site, and it's really been beneficial having that knowledge. So our teacher was very engaging. He made you feel involved in the classroom, so whether that be bringing up real-world examples that he'd experienced and then asking for feedback of things that have happened on site or whether they happened in our previous lives. When it came to the practical element, he was visible and he was there with you, and if you'd missed something, it wasn't necessarily a criticism, it was potentially, have you seen this, have you seen that? It really was more of an eye-opener to things you could walk past 5, 6, 7 times a day and not notice, but a fresh pair of eyes is able to help you identify that and help you be able to see that in the future. Certainly have. So since the course, especially on my area, we've recently done our next overhaul of risk assessments. We've also installed new equipment on site. So being able to generate those risk assessments with the knowledge that I've had behind, as well as being able to coach my employees on their day-to-day, has really been beneficial in that. As well as, again, taking that eye-opener side of things, I've been able to look at things in a different light and more of a safety culture aspect, which has then helped me generate, through our working group meetings, more of a safety culture on my line or my area.
So I've not long been in role, so I found out about the course through the training department at Tutbury. So I was sent an invite for the course, but there wasn't any available in Tutbury, so sent me over up here to Buxton. So. Yeah, so it's good. It'll help me out. So obviously with every SOP, we've got risk assessments. So I need to be on the ball. I need to learn how to do risk assessments and adapt them into our SOPs and make sure that our department is as safe as it can be. Yeah, it's engaging. Let's say first day was quite paperwork based, I guess, if you like. A lot of PowerPoint slides, but it's all informative stuff. And then today's been a bit more practical, so starting to get involved with risk assessments and learning how to identify and categorise the risks and give them a score, I guess, so we can work out the probability. Yeah, the course will really come in handy for me. So as part of my role, I'm responsible, as I said before, for SOPs for all the operators, making sure everybody's up to date. So with every SOP needs a live risk assessment. So as I'm going through the SOPs, making sure they're up to date, I can check the risk assessments are also up to date. So you know, it's going to come in really useful.
It's been great, filled with inductions and just getting to know people and network really, and everyone's been super lovely, so it's quite nice. Well, I know I'm going to be working a lot on the shop floor with the operators as well, just to make their jobs easier. And we're going to be slowly moving from paper to digital, so I know my job's going to be around DMO and TPM, etc. So yeah, that's what I know so far. So I think as part of the induction, every employee at Nestlé has to attend it. So it was actually my manager who told me about it, which is why I'm attending it at the moment. I think it's great. I think especially as a graduate, since it's my second week, I'm really glad I've started it now as opposed to further in my career. Just because before you start a job, it's very important to know how you actually manage everything safely at work, etc. And especially being in a production environment, I think it's very important when you're, interacting with the machinery and all. So yeah, I think it's been very effective so far. How to be safe and probably not be in a situation where I don't know what to do and who to ask for help. Because I think just the way the course has been structured, it's to make sure that anything you interact with at work and wherever you are, you're able to do a safe job and not be in trouble in a way. So I think for me, it's just about whenever I'm on the shop floor, I make sure I'm safe and around people who exactly know how to help me if I'm in trouble. I think it's been very interactive, which I like, because a course like safety can be very hard on theory. So I think it's just been super interactive, lots of exercises. So yeah, a classroom, but more of teamwork and engagement. So you exactly know and you know how to apply what you're actually learning as opposed to, just having a theoretical course. I think Craig's really funny. And he makes the course really engaging and interacting, which I really like. And he kind of just comes down to your level and explains things to you. So I've just started as a graduate, and I think I really appreciated the fact that he made everything very simple and easy to understand, as opposed to have a lot of acronyms, etc., which safety usually does. So yeah, I think Craig's done a really good job in terms of training us, because I've understood everything so far.
It was recommended to me by a colleague. I've got colleagues who'd already been on it, and my safety manager is a huge fan of it. So with me starting a new role, I thought it was really important.
So yes, I definitely want to put my leaders through these courses, as I believe that's a really good coaching opportunity for them to develop, as well as for them to be able to lead that safely. I'm only here 40 hours a week, they're here as a 24-hour plant, so it's certainly a benefit to them, as well as being able to have that one-to-one coaching experience with their operators. As everyone's responsible for safety, it's our leaders who are accountable.
Yeah, I definitely would recommend the course. You know, it's key really for a lot of people. It doesn't have to be management level, but even on shop floor, just so people can identify the risks, and it just gets people thinking more. And you know, safety's a big thing. Everyone wants to go home at the end of the day safe. So yeah, I think it's really important, really good.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, especially for a graduate, I would say I would love to do it at the start as well, if any job, and I think that's how it should be structured. So definitely everyone who's at Nestlé or anywhere else should definitely do this course.